Hey, it's your unfriendly neighborhood Raven, and I'm going to show you how to get a great start in your first week. There are three main phases to survival. In phase 1, we focus on things like food, water, and weapons. In phase 2, we'll focus on questing, which quests to do and how to set ourselves up with dukes. And in phase 3, we will make sure we have all the defenses necessary by day 7 to survive our horde and to give us a canvas that we can build onto as we progress. Day 1 is the most important day to give yourself a good start. You want to complete the basics of survival challenge, the homesteading challenge. You also want to meet Trader Rect. You want to do between 2 to 4 quests. And you're going to want to set yourself up to be able to get food and water as needed. When spawning, immediately track the challenge. Make sure to gather more of the resources than it initially tells you to, because we are going to be using these very soon. When you get to the craft armor portion, search for the word primitive and craft all 4 pieces. Now you're on your way to the trader. You have one miscellaneous task and you're going to be doing this every time you travel. That is to gather cotton flowers, chrysanthemum flowers, and goldenrod flowers. These sell for 2 dukes each and give a fantastic boost at the start of the game. Right now we want to be able to afford a cooking pot on day 1 which costs 600 dukes. On your way, don't shy away from easy loot. Duffel bags, trash cans, rubbish lying along the roads, and especially make sure to check any mailboxes you may run past. You also want a bone knife as soon as you can get one, so gore piles, dead bodies, harvest them, craft your bone knife. And now as you're running between POIs, make sure to use the bone knife to chop down the flowers. Now you've made it to the trader. Before running in, track and complete the homesteading challenge. This will give you an extra reward when arriving at the trader. Just set up a small base camp outside of the trader's area that you're going to be using for storage and respawning for now. And then before running in, make sure you go back to the challenges menu and you redeem all of these. Make a quick loop around the trader's yard, looting everything, and then go and speak to him. We will cover quest rewards soon, so for now accept whatever is relevant to your preferred build. After accepting his introduction to buried supplies quest, we will sell all of these random items and flowers to him. And then spend our 4 skill points. You want to put 1 point into the main attribute, 1 point into your weapon, 1 point into the weapon's speed, and the last into advanced engineering so that we can start grabbing those Forge Ahead magazines. As requested, we go dig out the buried supplies, on the way grabbing all the strewn around loot, all the flowers we can, small stones, bushes for wood, and birds' nests because we are going to be crafting tons of arrows to use stealth attacks. At this point you'll notice you're completing a few other challenges. Before returning back to the trader, make sure to redeem all of them. This should take you over another level. And immediately we spend that skill point on Motherload. That's going to help us when mining resources later on. After selling off all our items, we're going to accept a new quest. We want to do fetch and clear quests, but skipping the buried supply missions for the time being. We'll drop off all our loot in our chest and then go and complete the quest. When handing in quests, you want to look for building supplies like cobblestone rocks and concrete. If those 2 are not available, the skill magazine bundle should be next, with food as your lowest priority. After selling off all the items, you should now be able to afford a cooking pot, which we're going to buy immediately, and then go and place on our campfire. And then we rinse and repeat the quests. If you pass by a body of water, make sure to fill your empty jars so that we can cook it in the cooking pot for clean water. Keep redeeming challenges, handing in quests, and starting new ones. Do as many as you can on day 1. While doing this loop, you're probably going to level up a few times. Here is a list of skills in order of how you should grab them. Right now it's probably too late to head back into the trader. You should have completed 3 or 4 quests by now, and you should be okay on water and food that you've looted from POIs. However, day 1 is not over yet. At this point we are going to start mining. So pick a spot near you, start digging it out until we get to stone. Our eventual goal is going to be to get between 4 and 5,000 stone and 4 and 5,000 clay. This is not going to happen on night 1, but we will use the night to mine. After all that mining, you're probably quite hungry, so get yourself a nice breakfast and accept a new quest so that we can start the same quest loop again. Our goal today is again to get between 3 and 4 quests done. So day 2 and 3 are going to be spent questing and mining. Make sure to loot and grab all the skill magazines you can. In your free time, while mining especially, make sure to craft cobblestone rocks in your inventory as well. That's just going to make things so much quicker and more efficient. Sometime during day 3, you will complete the tier 1 quests and finally have access to a bicycle. Accept the bicycle and then accept the quest to go and speak to Trader Jen. On day 4, you're more than likely far enough with the workbench magazines to craft both a forge and a workbench. And because we're on day 4, now we get to base building. This is my horde base design. It's very primitive, but I play on 64 zombies on Blood Moon, and this has lasted me up to day 14. At this point, hopefully you have found at least 120 concrete. This you can find by just looting around and completing quests. They will also be given to you as quest rewards, and you should be crafting forged iron in your forge. With the resources you have, you can find a fantastic base online, one that would work much better than the one I've built here. However, if you would like to see how this is made, leave a comment down below and I might make a tutorial video on how to build this. It relies entirely on concrete bars and iron trapdoors, and this is going to give you a fantastic melee fighting position, because right now we likely don't have enough ammo to deal with an entire horde. The rest of your week is going to be pretty easy until Horde Night. Right now I'd recommend farming cars, salvaging and searching them both for vehicle magazines and the car parts. You will require 20 vehicle magazines in order to craft a mini bike, which is something you can achieve by day 7 or in the second week. It's pretty easy to get to. You want to continue doing quests, stocking up on supplies like meds, ammunition and better weapons. You also want mods for your weapons and also mods for your clothes. You want to be spending your dukes on Grandpa's Learning Elixir and Mega Crush, which you're going to be using for Horde Night. This is going to give you an insane XP boost and also give you the stamina to deal with a horde. As you can tell, day 1 is the most pivotal day in how your run is going to go. The rest of the days are spent questing and building, but get day 1 right and the whole week is going to go great and you're going to have an awesome run. Enjoy!